We have no regard for the masses. Satanism is a religion for the elite. It is a religion for leaders. It's a religion for competent people. It's not a religion for anyone who wants to be a Satanist. We don't say, well,
the homeless, the handicapped, those with multiple sclerosis,
I don't want the homeless, the handicapped. That's your job.
Mother Teresa's home for the dying and the destitute, they need not apply.
I don't want them. You've taken that on your shoulders. That's your job. You're doing a great job with the homeless. You help everyone. We're helping those who help themselves, as it says in your Bible. And you can take the weak.
Oh, it doesn't say that in the Bible.
You can take the decrepit. You can take people who can't help themselves. We don't want them. It's simple.
leprous thing, thou loathsome disease, thou plastic demon, thou murderer shall wipe thee out, thou blithesome malady, thou human rinder pest. Verily, verily, a new nobility shall be born unto thee, O America, a breed of terrible commanders, of grim destroyers, a nobility unpurchasable with the minted tokens of money changers, a nobility of valor, of power, and of might, a nobility honorable, clear-sighted, clean-skinned, unconquerable. Through the future shines the sun of splendid struggle. Heroic natures there lead on as they led at Ilion. The natural man steps forth once more in all his daring grandeur, smashing unclean idols, defying gods and laws and slave-made morals.
You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
His flaws, and he may deserve it, but he cannot expect the unearned, neither in love nor in money, neither in matter nor spirit.
You have lived in our world and you recognize the fallibility of human beings. There are very few of us then in this world, by your standards, who are worthy of love.
Unfortunately, yes, very few. But it is open to everybody to make themselves worthy of it, and that is all that my morality offers them.
If they will
A way to make themselves worthy of love, although that's not the primary motive.
Let's move ahead. How does your philosophy translate itself into the world of politics? Now, one of the principal achievements of this country in the past 20 years particularly, I think most people agree, is the gradual growth of social protective legislation based on the principle that we are our brother's keepers. How do you feel about the political trends of the United States and the Western world?
The way everybody feels, except more consciously. I feel that it is terrible, that you see destruction all around you, and that you are moving toward disaster until and unless all those welfare state conceptions have been reversed and rejected. It is precisely these trends which are bringing the world to disaster, because we are now moving towards complete collectivism or socialism, a system under which everybody is enslaved to everybody, and we are moving that way only because of our altruist morality.
Yes, but you say everybody is enslaved to everybody, yet this came about democratically, and the free people in a free country voted for this kind of government, wanted this kind of legislation. Do you object to the democratic process?
I object to the idea that people have the right to vote on everything. The traditional American system was a system based on the idea that majority will prevail only in public or political affairs, and that it was limited by inalienable individual rights. Therefore, I do not believe that a majority can vote a man's life or property or freedom away from him. Therefore, I do not believe that if a majority votes on any issue, that this makes the issue right. It doesn't.
1,000 years is but an instant. There's nothing new, nothing different. Same pattern over and over. The same clouds, same music, the same inside felt an hour or an eternity ago. There's nothing here for me now, nothing at all. Now I remember, this happened to me before. This is why I left. Youth began to find your answers. Although it will seem difficult, the rewards will be great. Exercise your human mind as fully as possible, knowing it is only an exercise. Build beautiful artifacts, solve problems, explore the secrets of the physical universe, savor the input from all the senses, feel the joy and sorrow, the laughter, the empathy, compassion, and took the emotional memory in your travel bag. I remember where I came from and how I became a human, why I hung around, and now my final departure schedule. This way out, escaping velocity, not just eternity, but infinity.
I'll see you all in hell. I'll see you 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 in hell.
not be the same. Two people laughed. Two people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all felt that one way or another.
You goddamn piece of punk-ass shit! Do not mess with that friggin' kid! If you do, I'll rip off your goddamn head and shove it so far up your friggin' ass, you'll be coughing up dandruff for 4 friggin' months!
An individualist must always live in his own world, not one created by other standards. There will always be plenty of people who will share a non-conformist world with him and be as happy for it as the maverick may be to have others share his. The very essence of Satanism is described by its semantic designation, the other. A person who comfortably accepts the dictates of popular culture might be sympathetic or even enthused about Satanism, but he cannot be termed a Satanist. A true Satanist, even if unspoken, must be responsible for the reaction and change. It has been argued that conformity is comfortable, and so it is, if it agrees with one's digestion. Some individuals cannot eat whatever is placed before them, however. Unfortunately, a starving person will usually eat indiscriminately, and once his belly is filled, even begins to like it. Most people, being emotionally starved animals, lack imagination and personality, and are content to accept whatever is imposed upon them. Unless, of course, they are told they must really overcome anger over certain issues. Planned protest is no different than programmed complacency to a real Satanist. A Satanist should not allow himself to be programmed by others. He should fight tooth and nail against it. For man is the greatest enemy to his freedom of spirit. It is the very denial of life itself, which was given him for one this unique experience, not the imitation of the colorless existence of others.
Yes, I can ask you a question. What were your legs years ago when you changed it now to a swastika?
We changed it from the same thing.
Was there always an X? What does it stand for?
It stands for whatever I need it to stand for. Whatever I need it to stand for. Whatever I want it to stand for.
Didn't you at one time say you were Xing yourself out?
It was a few newspapers that gave me that.
What does it stand for?
It stands for many things. It would take 2 or 3 minutes to explain all the things that I've done.
Can you give me an example?
Certainly, I'll give you an example. The United States flag of America.
The swastika.
The rising sun in the German and the Japanese flag. The Star of David to the Israelis. Whatever country or nation or people or cause is always got a symbol.
That's your symbol.
That's mine. I could go there for 2 or 3 other symbols. I didn't want to put a Christian symbol. And I didn't want to put an anti-Christ symbol. And I didn't want to put a pro-communism. And I didn't want to put an anti-flag box and all that kind of stuff that you play.
But it is a swastika. That would be Germany's.
No, that's not a Nazi. Hitler got that sign from Mr. Simpson and reversed it. He did the same thing and he did it backwards. Once the thought is still here, just like the thought that he picked up was there when he picked it up.
been here. Since the pyramids have been here, since David and the giants.
If the world that we are forced to accept is false and nothing is true, then everything is possible.
On the way to discovering what we love, we will find everything we hate, everything that blocks our path to what we desire.
Comfort will never be comfortable for those who seek what is not on the market.
A systematic questioning of the idea of happiness.
We'll cut the vocal cords of every empowered speaker. We'll yank the social symbols through the looking glass. We'll devalue society's currency.
To confront the familiar.
Society is a fraud so complete and venal that it demands to be destroyed beyond the power of memory to recall its existence.
Where there is fire, we will carry gasoline.
To interrupt the continuum of everyday experience and all the normal expectations that go with it.
To live as if something actually depended on one's actions.
To rupture the spell of the ideology of a commodified consumer society so that our repressed desires of a more authentic nature can come forward.
To demonstrate the contrast between what life presently is and what it could be.
To immerse ourselves in the oblivion of action to know we're making it happen.
Will be an intensity never before known in everyday life to exchange love and hate, life and death, terror and redemption, repulsions and attractions.
An affirmation of freedom so reckless and unqualified that it amounts to a total denial of every kind of restraint and limitation.
Hey, old man, what you doing up there?
I'm not sure.
You need any help getting down, sir?
No, I don't think so.
Stupid bastard. No worse than us. He's all action and no theory. We're all theory and no action.
What thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
This eternal accusation against Christianity I shall write upon all walls, wherever walls are to be found. I have letters that even the blind will be able to see. I call Christianity the one great curse, the one great intrinsic depravity, the one great instinct of revenge, for which no means are venomous enough, or secrets subterranean and small enough. I call it the one immortal blemish upon the human race. And mankind reckons time from the Dies Nefastus when this fatality befell, from the first day of Christianity. Why not rather from its last, from today, the transvaluation of all values?
Wherever the Catholics or Protestants or Christians came, they destroyed the culture, they ruined the culture, they burned the culture, and they burned the remnants of these cultures. That includes the European cultures, that includes African cultures, Asian cultures, American cultures. Wherever they went, they destroyed everything. They want to replace our culture with Americanization, with the Judeo-Christian cultures. Christianity is the most of all cultures in the world.
This eternal
strife, riots, murder, all this dread. It appears just a big draw into that almost orgiastic state created out of death and destruction. It's in all of us. Level with it. I'm sure that really tries to put a sad face on these things. Everyone's great for their tragedies. We all know the function of the movement is never been their job is to persuade us to accept those evils and others to live in those evils. How does it really want us to be passive observers? Collage? And they never give us any other options outside the occasional pure symbolic participatory act of voting. You want the puppet on the right or the puppet on the left? The time has come to project my own inadequacies and dissatisfactions into this issue, like scientific schemes. Man wants chaos. In fact, he's gotta have it. Man wants chaos. Man wants chaos. In fact, he's gotta have it.
project has strengthened that resolve. But as we've discussed our plans to expose the warts of our legal system, people have said, why bother? No one cares. You'll look foolish. 60 Minutes, 2020, the American Civil Liberties Union, Jack Anderson, and others have been publicizing cases like yours for years, and it doesn't bother anyone. At this point in time, Bob Holsey here. Bob. Where's Greg? Can you come up here? Where's Don Johnson? Can you come up, Don? Greg, where are you? Right here. Greg, just hang on to that right for the moment. Don, there's some things for you to do. Some other things for you to do.
Disembodied art thou, sunk into the black pit, the dark night of the soul. All roads that lead here are scattered with corpses and broken souls and gibbering idiots. Be not a gibbering ape, for all who traverse these dark spheres and explore their shadow cells will emerge as gods. I say this with my mouth, which trembles in memory of a time when demons walked the earth, the various examples of their cookery billowing in the wind. But now, heads roll past my feet, encased in pastry. The gate has opened! Enter, dark angels, enter.
Do what thou wilt shall be the way.
It seems like you hate the world.
Yeah, I hate you too. What's your opinion of yourself, Gigi? I feel very highly of myself. I'm God, Jesus Christ, and Satan all in one. There is no higher power than GGL. My body is a rock and roll temple, and my flesh and blood and body fluids are communion with people, whether they like it or not. I'm not out to please anybody. My rock and roll is more not to entertain, but to annihilate. And, I don't... Who is it that you would like to annihilate? I hate everybody. Anybody that's in my way, I just want to take them out. It's my revenge, really. I just go through my mind like a machine gun. My body is the bullets, the audience is the target. And I see that rock and roll just become so institutionalized. You've got people in monkey suits, you've got college drops, and people with money running the industry. And I'm trying to bring danger back to the rock and roll. And there are no limits and no laws. And I'll break down every barrier put in front of me until the day I die.
GGL wants to lead America's young people in a bloody revolution to take over the country. And he says nothing can be done to stop him. Why is that, Gigi?
Underground Messiah. You come to my show, you're going to war. And I'm out for violence, chaos, lawlessness all the way. I don't care about anybody or anything except for myself and my mission. And your kids out there, if you got kids out there, they're going to be my kids. I'm going to own those kids. They're going to do anything that I say.
And why is that? Why do they do anything you say?
Because I'm the king, and they can identify with me. Because the real, true, non-conformist children in this country are sick and tired of their parents, their school, their people force-feeding them what to do. I am the answer. When they listen to my lyrics and they listen to my songs, they're listening to the way that it really should be. And you know that, and I know that, so don't break. Your kids are my kids. I believe that I am the king. I am the Messiah. I rule the rock and roll underground. I'm bringing us to a revolution against the government, against the police, against any form of society that is trying to put us down and restrict us in any way, shape, or manner. You cannot conform. You must be a true non-conformist. To hell with what your parents have to say. I am the man. All you have to do is listen to what I have to say.
Okay, well, who told you you were the Messiah?
I said I was.
You worried about him, audience, or what? Yeah?
You better
Wait a minute. How many of you aren't worried? How many of you think... What? Do you know why you have so much hatred?
I have so much hatred. Like these robots, these conformists, these people that dress in their uniforms, and I'm sick and tired of it.
What are you wearing? What is that?
Not a uniform.
That's not a uniform?
You can say it's a uniform. I can say that's a uniform.
So I got a uniform, you don't have a uniform.
This is what I wear every day. If you see me tomorrow anywhere in Manhattan, you'll see me wearing this, and probably a whole lot less, because you people wouldn't let me take my clothes off. I'd rather be out here naked.
This was a good decision.
It does not matter.
All right. Yeah.
This is real, and it's very important that people know that their kids are my kids, and I'm going to teach them, and you can't have them back. Unbelievable person, because I believe in myself, and I have a very strong mind, and I can get anything that I want. And most people go through life very bland and very boring, and they accept what's given to them. They accept what people teach them and what people tell them. I have said no over and over again to authority. Authority cannot tell me what to do. The schools cannot tell me what to do, because from day one I never listened to them. I taught myself. I'm strong. I'm very strong. And I'm very proud of the person that I am.
Then why do you want to go down in flames and peak out at an early age?
At my peak, because I don't want to die a boring death like all of you people will probably.
All right,
when you die in your peak, you can't die. Your soul cannot die when you die in your peak.
All right, wait a minute. Joining us now are two of his devout followers. Wendy and Liz are both 17, and they say they'd do anything for G.G. Allen. Really? Anything?
Yes, I will do anything for G.G. Allen. I will die for him. I will do anything for him. He is my God.
Your pious cowards hiding behind your Jesus, and the meek shall inherit the earth.
Quote, Christian civilization, unquote. That is to say, all life transvalued into terms of toil, of discipline, and of taxes. What are men but humble wolves, a-prowling on the heath? If in a pack of wolves ye hunt, ye'd better sharp your teeth. You can talk of human brotherhood until you're black and blue. No law of heaven or earth or hell can ever make it true. If one man smites you on the cheek, don't turn the other soft and meek, but smash him back and lay him low. War for war and woe for woe. Everywhere it is the same, exactly the same. The gold is for him who can, for him who either plays the game victoriously or breaks it up victoriously. You must develop a rebellious heart towards everything that oppresses you or keeps you down. Now is your chance to bear your will. Defeat is better pay, and life is little else than hell. And man is only prey. Go to, develop your powers of resistance and aggression. Every man, in our opinion, should be a warrior. Each morning he should go out as a fighting man into a battlefield. Thus saith the evil teacher, the false one, quote, give unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's. But I say unto you, keep your money. It has been written, thou shalt not kill. But I say unto you, be a warrior. Truth is not mighty, and it don't prevail. The Jews, by the grace of Jehovah, were commanded to steal, but I say unto you, be not stolen from. Oh, some must watch, and some must sleep, and some must perish slowly, and some must weep, and some must rule, till all things go to glory. Heavy labor unfits a man for contention and strife. Hence it unfits him for success in life. It deadens his mind and his will, and takes all the surplus energy out of him. Poison lurks in pastor preachments, Satan works through golden rules, hell is paved with law and justice. Christ remained a fed of fools. The
tendency of modern science, politics, and religion is to reunite their force, as in the days of long ago, for the complete and perpetual mental, moral, and physical subjugation of mankind. The scientist becomes the priest, pope, moral inquisitor. Life is strife for every man, for every son of thunder. Then be a lion, not a man, and don't be trampled under. Christ is my Redeemer, I heard men rave and shout. But where is their redemption? What is it all about? A painted idol on a tree, dripping tears and gore. A painted idol is to me, and it is nothing more.
Listen well. Drums beating like thunder, straight from hell. Trumpets are blaring.